Well, bienvenida, and welcome to all pool fans joining us from across the world for this Predator Pro Billiard Series 10-ball event, hosted in this beautiful star-studded arena at the Gandia Palace Hotel, just south of Valencia in Spain. We're coming to the closing match of our day 2, the Little Monster Women's International Open. Last 16, the UK's Kelly Fischer takes on China's Liu. My name is Gethin Davis, and I'm joined in the comms box with my good friend and colleague, Eric Hallison. Now, Eric, welcome. Will this have been worth the wait?
Yeah, good to be with you guys. Had to wait on this one. Kelly and Alex Kazakis were in a long doubles match. They pulled out the win there. See how it affects Kelly in this match. She's coming off a positive at least. Could be a little drained from the previous match, but what a battle of titans we have here. Two of the very best in the women's game. Tough to pick a winner. Looking forward to it.
Yes, me too, Eric. And both players having performed in the last round in a mixed doubles event, the Little Monsters mixed doubles. The difference being Shasha finished a little earlier. However, she did get to the table about 30 minutes ago for the warm-up. Kelly will probably still have the adrenaline running from her match as she wins the lag and gets ready to break.
Cut break from Fischer, 1 in the 9. Trying to get in the top right, nothing down. Look at the 1 for Liao.
Yeah, there is a look at the 1, and both the 1 and the 9 were fighting to get into that corner pocket, neither making it. And the 3 does look available past the 5 into the bottom right corner. I'm not too sure if she's got the angle, so looking at cushion first.
Yeah, main thing is avoiding the 9 here. I think going rail first will help with that play. Nicely done.
The 3
Liao
does
lost
look
a close one to... Sorry, Gethin. Liao lost a close one to Pia Filler in the first round. She's come all the way back to the final 16 now.
Well, she put a good stroke on that, Eric.
Yeah, just a little too much angle to really get it back above the 5. Does have a banking option here. Nothing to do for position, so she's going to go at it.
Yeah, good call, Eric. She just caught the knuckle of the center pocket, and, well, it's tracked down towards the 10 ball on this short rail. There is the option for the player to call the early 10 ball here. However, the 3 also looks to pass the 10, so let's see what Kenny decides to do here. Well, I think that gives it away, Eric.
Yeah, she's going to go after the win here. It's lined up decently to where it needs to connect with the 10. She doesn't really have to cut the 3. But a little bit of distance between the 2. Missable shot.
Yes, Eric. As you saw the focus on her face from that camera angle, she put everything she had into that and does get an early notch on the board in this race to 4 in this first set. Kelly Fischer making light work of this. Now, it is best of 3 sets, and you did point out that Kelly has come fresh to the table from her doubles match. Clearly, at the moment, that is not going to affect her play. But Eric, it is getting late here in Gandia, Spain. These players have been playing for the majority of today. We may have some viewers
it's a
joining.
two-sided coin. Sorry. It's a two-sided coin. She could be more in stroke or could be feeling a little fatigued. I think the fact that it was a doubles match, she's not shooting every shot, helps a little bit. Tell you what, I've seen that corner ball in the rack go in more often this week than I ever have in my life. That ball usually goes 4 rails. A couple of the players have been cutting it thin, so it kind of leads into that corner ball going directly in the pocket. But just kind of odd how the balls are racking. Usually doesn't go directly in like that. 2 down here for Kelly.
Yeah, Tim and I have been on table 2 for the majority of today, and we've had a couple of matches where both players were really struggling to make balls off the break, and when they were, not getting shape on the next ball. So clearly different players are choosing to attack the break in different ways. Kelly looked like she was going safe there, but the one ball has just connected, I believe, with the 2 ball, and has stayed out in the open here for Liao.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the 4 passes the 9, but the first order of business will be to make this long 1 here. Natural position with the cue ball. Nicely played. If she gets the cue ball near where it is now, she can play safe on the 4. Could be an option to break into it off the 3 as well. Pretty straight though, so tough to get the angle she needs on the 3. She'll be coming around 2 rails near where the cue ball's at now.
And the 4 is in a tricky spot there next to the 9. You would expect her to play safe off of it, but getting around the table here just needs a bit of extra care.
Come up a little short, so the most obvious safe. Pushing the 4 past the 9 isn't there. She can still line the cue ball up with the 9 and bank the 4 across. Oh, offense for Liu. Second miss bank.
It is, but she's certainly felt value in attacking there. The 4 ball has finished very close to the cue ball. Doesn't look to be in a straight line for a pocket, but a good opportunity maybe to roll up behind the 9 ball here with the cue ball, Eric.
Yeah, I like that. Should be enough pace in the 4 to get to a rail. If she wants to create distance, she can bank the 4 2 rails up table and line the cue ball up with the 9.
She appears to have locked that in rather tight to the 9 ball, and where the 3 is situated, sorry, the 5, it looks very difficult for any one cushion escape.
Yeah, gonna have to be 2 rails here, kind of kicking the 4 into open space, so less of a chance of getting behind anything. Just called it in the top left just in case.
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
don't mind hitting this with a
fully
lot of
open.
speed and kind of running the cue ball through the 4.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah,
difficult
that's
shot
what
there,
happened.
Eric, and just slid past the 4. That gives ball in hand to Kelly. And there isn't really too much to do.
No, she's good here, barring any unforeseen mistakes. She's been on a hot streak as of late, winning the World Hayball Championship in Australia, winning the last WPBA event. She's been a dominant force on the women's scene for 15 years. A little bit quieter in the last year, but no reason as to particularly why. Seems to be back in form now.
Yeah, agreed, Eric. She really does seem to be peaking again. She seems to be able to do it regularly, and being able to switch from hayball to other disciplines just goes to show how straight a shooter Kelly is, as she faces now relatively simple 10 and makes this quickly a 2-0 lead in this race to 4 in the first set. It is a best of 3 sets, but best possible start for Kelly, and it is winner breaks, so she will return to the table. And just to point out to our viewers, we may even have a few viewers joining us from our second stream table, table 2, and that is an all Chinese Taipei affair between Su Chin Wei and Pei Chun Sai, and they seem to be having a great match over there. We are into the last 16, all 8 matches are underway, and as Eric mentioned, due to Kelly's doubles match, this one just started a bit later than the others.
Fischer switching sides here. Perfectly square hit. 6 ball, or 4 ball down. Nicely on the 1. Good break.
Yeah, very much so, and a very good spot, Eric. She did swap sides, even in though breaking from the other side, she still had success. This break seems to be even better, and there doesn't seem to be any immediate problem. Such a good spread of the balls, and this is something that we were missing in some earlier matches. So players seem to be really bedding into the tables now.
Tricky one to hold there. Had to hit it at a certain speed to get any draw out of the cue ball, and had a little too much angle where it became tough to hold it. She can still power over to the left long rail and back across for the 3. Go behind the 5. Look out, cue ball. It's okay.
And that slide past the 7, Eric, has really made this that bit tougher. However, if there is a good escape, there is always the chance of that 2 ball going in the top right pocket, and it looks like Xia has called that. Could pick up the second rail as well.
Yeah, we'll see how this exchange turns out. Giving Liu a chance back at the table here. Really could have stuck on offense. Still consider her a favorite from where Liu's at. Better than the shot she had before, Gethin. Worked out this time.
Yeah, there's always that danger. We've seen it happen a few times already, and these players are really good at incorporating the 2 rail escape, but when you do come up behind the ball along that short rail, the cue ball can very often stick to the rail and find its way into a corner pocket, and again Kelly Fischer finds herself with ball in hand.
Wants an angle going to the right here. Looks like she just has it. Playing below the 5 will work well.
You brought up Shasha's result against Pia Filler just to bring our viewers up to speed who are not watching the scores as they unfold on ProBilliardSeries.com. Pia Filler, Xiao Xiao of South Korea and Han Yu of China already through to the quarterfinals of this women's event, which will be taking place tomorrow, day 3 at 4 p.m. local time. Both players looking to join them. You're not needing to do too much there, Eric. Has a nice line on the 7. Just checking
Yeah,
that
comfortable
the 8
enough on
passes
the
10.
pocketing. Yeah, comfortable enough on the pocketing that I think she can just roll through here. I went to the short rail. It's okay too. Fischer looking good.
Yeah, very much so. And we were talking about their pathways to this last 16. And Kelly Fischer, 2-0, 2-0. Also taking a big scalp on the way with Savannah Roadrunner Easton from the US. I'm sure with Kelly playing a lot out in the USA, she will have come across Savannah before. A formidable opponent, if I can get that out, Eric. So Kelly has really been ploughing her way through the field and looks like she's continuing that form indeed, as you pointed out.
Slightly hard on the speed here, but the cue ball will be missing the side pocket. Even coming across table, doesn't really have to worry about the corner, so can still play it at comfortable speed.
Well, yeah, did tease the corner pocket, but never in doubt. And Kelly Fischer continues her march. She leads in this first set against Xia Liao of China by 3 racks to 0 and finds herself on the hill with the cue ball in hand for the break. And, well, she hasn't really give Xia much of a look in, Eric, and that's probably the best ploy because we've seen Xia on the TV tables during day 1 and she is no slouch around the table, does not really give much away from her demeanor. She's a very tough customer, and Kelly doing exactly what she needs to do, not only to keep the scoreline moving along nicely in her direction, but more importantly, to keep Xia away from the table as she breaks on the hill in this first set, leading 3 racks to 0.
Good square hit again. 7 ball might slide in. It does, and she's on the 1 again. Comfortable position towards the 2. Great rack here for Kelly.
It was. The 1 ball was tracking towards the center pocket and got an absolute whack with the 7 ball. The 7 ball finishing off in the center pocket, and the 1 ball sitting pretty for Kelly Fischer. And again, Eric, a very nice spread of the balls.
Yeah, the deeper you go in the tournament, the better the players hit the break generally. So you're going to start to see more offensive play. They even tend to put the better referees on at the end of the tournament, racking the balls a little better. That's a small factor too.
Yeah, it's not an easy job that they do, our referees. And with our professionals coming from across the world, they expect the best as well. We certainly like to deliver that for them. But Kelly keeping a very nice rhythm around the table. Both players on the shot clock. They do have one extension per rack. Kelly not needing to take it though.
Wants to be off the rail here in case she needs to draw.
Yeah,
Just far enough that she doesn't have to elevate a ton. Good hit. Right back in line. That's a little too much angle here. Looks like she has to go all the way up and down. 10 ball's kind of in the way of that path.
Oh, she's looked to kill the cue ball, Eric, and it's tracking towards the center pocket. Wow, heart in the mouth moment. It has rested right up against that center knuckle, though. I wouldn't fancy this, Eric, too much.
No, yeah, pressure on this pot. Short races. Can't give an inch here. Just got it.
Yeah, Eric, she's
Well,
got it good. And this will be another break and run. And there it is, Eric. Kelly Fischer making short work, light work even, of this first set, taking it very quickly by 4 racks to 0. Looks like the players will take this opportunity for a quick break. I think Eric and I will join them, but please do stay tuned. The players will only be gone for a few minutes, and so will we. We'll be right back with you for the Little Monster Women's International Open. Well, a warm welcome back to our viewers and those viewers joining us from Table 2's action. You join us for the second set of this Little Monsters Women's International Open Last 16 affair between the UK's Kelly Fischer and China's Liu. And as you can tell from the scoreline, Kelly Fischer is leading by 1-0. My name is Gethin Davis. I'm joined by Eric Hallifson. Our first look at Shasha's break, Eric.
Yeah, that's right. Kelly had all the breaks in the first set. One ball down, that's what she's going for. Nothing on the two.
No, a good break. Everything seems to have travelled over to the right-hand side of the table somewhat, which does create a good opportunity for safeties, but this two is in very tricky position.
Yeah, she can only see the right side of it, which will play the cue ball over to the left, and nothing over on the left to hide behind. She catches it thinly. She could line it up with the two ball up with the 7, but tough to really judge it that thin over this distance.
Yeah, that looks like the real only shot, and that will be a test of pace. Well, it looks like she called the push out there, Eric, and that will give Kelly Fischer the choice of, do I take this on or do I give this back? And Shasha may have something in her back pocket, in mind rather. Let's just see. I don't imagine Kelly will turn this down, Eric.
Yeah, I think it's the same shot, and the unfortunate thing for Liu is that the 6 kind of lined up with the 4. You can run the cue ball into the 6 now.
Great spot, Eric, and Kelly has done exactly that. And I think even the 4 ball may be hampering the obvious one cushion escape on the left-hand long rail. Or maybe she can.
Yeah, a bit of left spin, straighten it out.
Extension.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It is playing very long. Yeah.
I was going to say, Eric, I think you're right. She's going to have to load up with left-hand side to straighten it up. So clearly the 4 ball is hampering her.
Smart shot there.
I do like
Karam in the 7.
Yeah. I'm just wondering how much trouble Kelly will leave her in here. We do have the 3 foul rule in effect on this 10-ball format.
Just taking a close look if she took away the left long rail.
Yeah.
Liu looks like she's feeling the angle from over there. She will be able to get a hit here. Oh, the cue ball almost went, but 7 got in the way of that.
Yeah, but the 7 ball is now hampering Kelly for this shot. Is there a path through the 5-9 to the corner pocket, Eric? It looks very tight.
No rail?
Oh. No, that is a big mistake.
So, first open chance for Liu. She's the youngest women's world champion in history, winning the title at 16 years old. Holds about 6 major titles since that time.
I think that record may stand for quite a while. Although, we do have the junior event kicking off in the next few days. Under 19s and under 17s. And, well, we will get to see who will be looking to take away that title from her. But that's incredible to win at 16 years of age, Eric, and that was such an accolade. And just having a quick inspection, Eric, the balls are pretty nicely placed here. Not really much needed doing to get shape on the 6 to get to the 7.
Yeah, 8, 9, 10 line perfect as long as she gets straight on the 8.
Noticeably quieter in the arena. Clearly, a lot of these last 16 matches have come to a close. Bit more drama and tension on table 1.
Overran this a little bit, but lots of room to move back towards the 9. Can stun one rail back towards it.
She did exactly that, Eric. Very nicely done off the short rail. And just off straight. Doesn't need to do too much here at all. Well, she elected to come across the table for this 10 ball. And Liao of China gets our second set off by winning the first rack. Winner breaks format. So can Liao get something working here after Kelly Fischer put in a real performance for the first set, taking it by 4 racks to 0. And, well, Eric, if Shasha gets her feet under the door here, she could really return the favour, and needs to.
Yeah, she's more than capable. She's actually a higher Fargo rating than Kelly. Hard to say that she's better, but easily just as good.
That's really interesting. Just goes to show how strong Liao is and how consistent her performances are. Just while we watch the referee rack the balls, just to give you a quick update as we are on the closing match of day 2. Day 3 will kick off at 10 a.m. We have the Little Monsters Mixed Doubles Open kicking off at 10 a.m. We're already well into the middle of that tournament. We also have the men's Little Monster Men's Open kicking off, and we'll also at 4 p.m. have the women's quarterfinals, where we will see the winner of this match progress through to, as we watch Liao break. She does trail 1 set to 0, but she is leading in this set by 1 rack to 0.
Big power, cue ball jumping off the rack. Nothing down. Shot on the 1 for Kelly.
Yeah, there is. And that was big power on the break. You did expect something to go in. And that's not a bad look at this 1 ball in the centre pocket.
Toughest cue ball position will be from 2 to 3. Likely coming 2 rails back. If she gets straight enough here. Looks like she can just draw it enough to avoid the 6. Coming past the side pocket and crossing back over the 3. Just a little thin, guessing. Caught the point.
Yeah, she did half the job, which was miss the 6, but needed to push up a little bit further to miss the centre pocket. And on these beautiful Predator arc tables, these centre pockets are not that forgiving, Eric. There is a thin cut on, but maybe better percentage for the safe. And the 10 may have come in to spoil a full ball contact on this 3. Can Liao see an edge?
Yeah, if not, it's a standard kick safe. Just hit half the ball, get the cue ball tracking back towards the 10-9-5. Shot. She's got her. See how aggressive Kelly wants to get here. She has a rail first jump.
Well, she's gone to the jump stick and she's made the call. This will be one for the highlight reel, I feel.
Good try. Watch out for the cue ball. It's okay.
Oh, yeah, the hand went up quickly from Kelly. She could see that that cue ball was tracing away from the corner pocket. But you do make your own luck, and that was a great jump shot. Wasn't far away from making the jump rail first shot, and, well,
Look at this shot.
I fell silent, Eric, because I saw the call of the corner pocket. A brave shot, and made it clean as a whistle. Puts herself in prime position here in the second rack of the second set.
Looks like she might have to go forward here. A little tough to get a lot of power when you're using the bridge. Forward 3 rail shot is going to require a lot of power. Just got to use the follow through to keep the momentum in the cue ball here. He's thinking draw. It's possible,
Well,
but
yeah.
I feel like the cue ball's playing towards the 8 a little bit.
That 9 ball is just going to make a decision a little bit easier because it's there or thereabouts. Using the Predator extension there. Oh, she did go for the draw, Eric. But how do you fancy where that's finished?
Yeah, I didn't like it. Cue ball was always playing into the 8. I understand why she did it. It would have taken a lot of power with the bridge going forward. Took a little risk there and got caught.
Well, looking to create distance between the 2 balls here. And bring the 7 or the 8 into play. And that may have just leaked a little too far, although has come quite close onto this short rail for Kelly here. What does the overhead tell us, Eric?
The overhead kind of looks like it doesn't go, but on the other view, it looked like it did. I think she's got it. Yes.
Oh, she did indeed, Eric. And the green 6 did wipe its feet, but has dropped. And where the 7 is, lends itself to nicely be dropped into this centre pocket. Bit of a turnaround in the second rack.
Caught it a little thick in the pocket. Was trying to avoid the 8 there, but still in decent position.
Yeah, that hasn't worked out too bad at all. Okay, just spotted a little bit of debris on the ball. Our referee doing a grand job with proceedings. But yeah, just finished the right side of that 8 ball as well by the looks of it, Eric. So can just let the cue ball do the work here. Well, Kelly Fischer does not need asking twice, as she's proven in the first set. And what looked like Liao taking a 2-0 lead in this set has now been reduced to no deficit as Kelly Fischer brings the score back to 1 apiece. A small opportunity missed by Xia there. How costly that will prove, well, we'll come to see as this match progresses. But for the looks of it, Eric, you do not want to give Kelly a sniff at all at the clearance, and Xia, well, she really needs to start converting them opportunities, you feel?
Yeah, it got a little unfortunate with the 6 ending up where it did. Kind of caught like a small window between 2 blockers. Hasn't done much wrong, but like you said, just kind of had a chance and got a little out of line on the 5. Compounded on the 6. Hasn't missed a ball yet, to my recollection. Really just been strong play from Kelly overall.
Yeah, absolutely. That first set, Kelly seemed to keep Xia in her chair for the majority of it. Clearly paying dividends in the scoreline. But more importantly, Kelly has had a lot of breaking practice in this match. And she lines up in this second set. Both players level at 1 apiece. However, Kelly leads by 1 set to 0.
Good square hit. Balls flying everywhere. 2 balls down. 1's up off the rail. Enough for offense. He's really hitting the break well, Gethin.
Yeah, Eric. Absolutely. And like I said, we've only seen Xia break once. And we are in the 7th rack of this best of 3 set affair. Kelly looking just to be chewing on something, keeping up the energy. These players have been going at it all day. There was a bit of a delay for this match due to Kelly's earlier mixed doubles match. So got to keep them energy levels up, Eric.
Good shot. Purposely tried to run into the 9 there, slowing the pace of the cue ball down. She's back in line for another break-in run now.
Well, she doesn't seem to have finished her meal yet. I think that was the last big swallow. Settling down now. Good position. Well, from my eyes, it looks like she's going to need to navigate around or through the 8-9 You may be able to see a better angle than I can, though, Eric.
Yeah, I think the path with less risk is to the right of the 8. Just a bit of left spin. Cue ball will be playing into the 8 a little too much with straight high. Going the other way, you're crossing the angle a little more. You got to spin the ball a little more. Yeah, which was focused on the cue ball a little too much there, and one of the first missed balls from Kelly.
Yes, a rare miss from both players. We've not really seen many unforced errors. And this could just be what Shasha was looking for after the quick turnaround in the last rack. She stayed high on the 5, looking to play it down the long rail into the bottom right corner.
Yeah, 2 rails across for the 7 and the side will work well here.
Yeah, I don't think she'll mind that position too much, Eric.
Yeah, in between side and corner shape. Pocketing's a little easier in the corner. She's thick enough that she can just go 1 rail here. Ooh.
She elected to come the other way there, Eric, and needed to maybe get a couple more rolls on that cue ball. A similar shot to the one she's just played, but up into the opposite corner. Very nicely done. Avoided the middle pocket, come out nicely into the center of the table.
Oh, that's a huge miss here. An advantage back to Fischer, not only in the set score, but the overall match. One mistake like that is very costly in these matches.
Yeah, I couldn't put that better myself, and, well, it's not good to miss at any stage of a match, or rather rack, but when there's only 2 balls left on the table, and they're both near corner pockets, you will be turning your toes up. And as we see, Kenny Fischer has managed just to snuff out that little spark that was coming from China's Liao, and finds herself back in the lead. But for the lead for the first time in this second set, 2 racks to 1. Well, Kelly will be looking to just run this through now, Eric, and I feel like the confidence is beaming, so Shasha is up against it here.
Yeah, well, the biggest thing for Kelly is she has the break going too, making multiple balls on a few occasions, getting a shot on the first ball many times. So she'll be seeing the finish line here. Big break coming up.
Just a quick reminder for our viewers looking to get back to us tomorrow morning, we do kick off at 10 AM with the Little Monster mixed doubles. And also we have the Little Monster men's open kicking off. And at 4 PM we have the quarterfinals for this women's event, the Little Monster Women's International Open.
One ball's got the legs. She's on the 2. Position towards the 3 is going to be very tough. Still an offensive start here for Kelly. Saw her kind of stretching her neck out while she was in between racks and still kind of feeling it right now. Could be just fatigue for playing for a long period of today.
Yes, I'm sure she'll be eagerly looking for a massage here at the wonderful Gandia Palace Hotel once this match is done with. But I did notice that too, Eric. Hopefully it will not affect her play. Purposefully played that 2 off the 7. Does not get much of a look on this 3. The offensive shot would be a bank.
Yeah, interesting. Besides the 9, the only 2 mistakes that Liu really made were on banks. Kelly just passing that one up.
Yeah, Xia showing in the first rack of the second set that she will not turn down good opportunities, and Kelly Fischer respecting that by putting her in trouble. She's gone for a jump stick here, and that 8 ball is not far away from the cue ball. This is very, very high level of difficulty.
Yeah, you got to be a confident jumper to take this one on. Helps her a little bit that she's on the rail, a little bit easier to elevate. Contact and distance. Makeable shot though for
Absolutely.
Kelly. Big shot coming here in the second set. Cue ball's just slightly playing towards the 5, but I think she'll risk it. Don't really want to be spinning this ball. Did play it with a bit of right spin, kind of stun. Good shot. They're all there now, Gethin. Just to get on the hill
I was
here.
going to say, she's come down the right side of this 4 ball as well. Has it all to play for. And as our dear colleague Tim has coined it, the double hill will be upon her if you're able to close this one out. And that would really put Xia under the utmost pressure. Just coming off the second rail there, keeping a bit more of a straighter angle on this 7, so she will not need to do too much with the cue ball.
What a surprising miss that was. Dragged at the ball. I don't blame her. If you know that shot, it's fine. But it's just, to me, those drags are just a shot that doesn't come up all the time. I understand if the pocketing's harder, you want to keep the speed up. Easy to say when there's a mistake made like that, but I think if there was a reason there was, is because you dragged at it instead of rolling at it.
Yeah, I completely agree, Eric. You could see from the great camera angle that cue ball just start to, initially with the backspin, and it sort of stops, slows down, and then picks back up the momentum. But yeah, a great gift here for Xia Liu. She will not say no to stealing this one, Eric.
Yeah, 2 misses near the end of the rack now in the last 2 games.
And how costly will them 2 misses prove to the both players? Liao brings the score back to all level at 2-2 in this second set. Kelly in the luxurious position of being one set in front. And Xiao will get the break. Something that you did point out was that Kelly has been getting a good strong break under her belt. This would be the time for Xiao to match that.
Yeah, she definitely hits them with enough power. Pretty good control, too. Just hasn't had enough breaks to really get a good subset of possibly getting a break and run, but she is the threat, no doubt. Switching sides this time. This was the side of the table that the very corner ball went in the corner. That's rare to happen, but take a look at the 2 ball here. Yeah, went where it was supposed to. Actually didn't get much action off that rack, but made 2 balls.
Yeah, not a bad result at all, Eric. Also, the 1 ball was tracking towards the centre pocket. Got bumped out the way. But more importantly, got bumped into a position where Liao can attack here and bring the cue ball nicely across for the 2. She was just looking to see if the 4 passed the 10, meaning she would be able to stun the blue 2. Not too sure if it does. Well, she's got a bit more of an angle here. We're looking at the 4-7 combination. There's a bit of distance between the 2 there, Eric. That's certainly not a gimme.
Yeah, she'll want to get on a good attack angle here for the combo. It's pretty good.
Absolutely. That's exactly where she wanted it.
Yeah, I think even behind the 9 could play okay here, but behind the 10-7-8's more of a follow, so it looks like she will. Good shot.
Yeah, good shot. And from that angle, it looked like she'd pushed the cue ball over just far enough as well to avoid a look at this 5. Kelly is standing there like there could be an edge for her.
Yeah, and this thin edge actually cuts the 5 into the 6, so the 5 should end up safe. It's a little thin to actually get into the 6. Wow, she hit that ball thinly.
Yeah, I didn't think you could hit that thinner, and I think she's just got away with that a little. The 7 has blocked the natural path to pot it in the corner bag, I believe. So in response, Liao has called the cross bank in the top left. Good element of safety off of this as well.
It's kind of been her Achilles heel in this match. 3rd missed bank. Always tough on those long banks. No player really over 50% on those. Missed a couple short ones too. Just left it safe. Kelly with a kind of look on her face like, what do I do here? And I'm not sure either.
She's not going to get any clues from me either, Eric.
Could bank it around 4 rails, but the 5's kind of playing into the 9.
Well, she is under the shot clock and she has called her extension, so decisions will need to be made sharpish.
Good job avoiding the 9. Here comes the 5. Beautiful safe there. She's going to catch the window, but did all she could.
Yeah, Yeah, she did bring that 5 ball down into a nice position where it certainly threatened to be covered by the 8-7 or even the 10, as it is. And as you pointed out, there is a window. Oh, I do like that, Eric. She's used the 6 to freeze the cue ball in the center of the table, knowing that there's a lot of traffic, and look at where the object ball has landed.
Yeah, too tough to jump here. 8 ball obviously too far away, so 1 rail diagonal kick. Like hitting this with speed. Contact, see how the cue ball ends up here. Gonna leave a chance, tough one.
Yeah, and it looks quite straight, so we'll really have to put a shot on this one. We know she's capable of it.
I think the drawing angle's going back into the 7-8, so she's resigned to follow here. Good hit. Just ran into the 8 on the way back.
Yeah, I think without that, the cue ball was sitting pretty for the 6 as it is now. It really looks like Leo's going to be forced into playing an element of safety.
Risky with the 6 over the corner, but she's got her block good. Oh, no. There's a window between the 7-8, the smallest of windows ever. You can see by Liu's reaction. That's really unlucky there.
Yeah, of all the places, this would never have been on the agenda.
Wow.
Well, that is unfortunate for Shasha, fortunate for Kelly. More importantly, Kelly has made the shot and has come up nicely for the 7. And this is the look that she was hoping for, to be able to close out this second set. The question is, will she be able to?
Yeah, see how aggressive she gets with the position here. She's known for kind of cinching these shots a little more. Went the aggressive route. Got good on the 9. It's been a good match from Fischer. Obviously a big role here in rack number 6, but she's played well overall. Taking down a tough opponent.
Agreed, Eric. This will be a big result against a tough opponent. Kelly has been making short work of her opponents to get to this point. And she has taken this 10 ball to close out the second set and the match by 4 racks to 2 against a very tough Shasha Liu. And she will progress through to the women's quarterfinals, which actually kick off. A big thumbs up from Kelly there. The women's quarterfinals will kick off tomorrow at 4 p.m. And for our viewers looking to get in early on the action, day 3 will kick off tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the Little Monster mixed doubles. And also through the day, the Little Monster men's open will also be getting underway. A big thank you to my colleague Eric Horlifson. It's been a pleasure today. Look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. My name's been Gethin Davis, and we look forward to seeing you again.